you want to like organize?
What's up, Scott?
What's up, Christopher? I think we got you on mute right now. You there, buddy? So Chris is he's actually in a Big Bear. He's out in the mountain and he's having some internet trouble, and we were hoping that this would work out well. So if you guys can hear me, let me know. But right now, he's just kind of frozen there.
Here
Chris,
I am. What's
there you
up?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, the Unfiltered Experience, baby. That's what we're bringing here. January 1st. What's up, Mr. Scott Goyette?
Oh, dude, today has been a really interesting day. Got some stuff to share with you, but how about you? You guys are having a lot of fun with the family, right?
Yeah, no, we're having a blast. And to all of our viewers and everybody, we apologize for I'm up here actually in Big Bear. So let me just show you guys around, just to kind of prove where I'm at. So yes, that's where
your camera's frozen on my end. I can't see. All I see is your face frozen. So I don't know if we're seeing anything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we
better
are.
not move.
Yeah, it's not showing it. It's just got you frozen, but you look like you're having fun in the frozen part. Like you're frozen, but you look like you're enjoying yourself. So that's good.
Hey, Scott. So what's the Unfiltered Experience all about? Bring us in, buddy. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. So the Unfiltered Experience, as we explained in some of our promo clips, it's all about giving you a space to be completely unfiltered and just be yourself. One of the most important things you can do in life is have a safe setting to step into, to kind of regroup and recharge. And that's what we want to bring to you guys. So there's tools that are going to be able to take away from our amazing guests. And hopefully Chris and I can drop in a little bit of wisdom here and there ourselves. And we really want to make it a space that you guys can come home to family and say, this is where I can regroup, recharge, and find some golden nuggets to make my life even more rich. So now I can see you. And I get there's a moon behind you or something.
Yeah, I'm just standing outside in 32-degree weather because I'm trying to get the best internet connection. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm actually standing right next to the sliding glass door. But yeah, man, I mean, it's so true. The Unfiltered Experience is something that was born out of the Friday Night Lives that we started off at the beginning of COVID. And, just kept going, and it just morphed. And you and I really have grown together as coaches and as people and as brothers. And so it made sense to just take the Unfiltered Experience and really make it, take it to the next level for you guys too, out there, our viewers, our Unfiltered crew. I mean, we really want to bring this to you guys every single week, bring you better guests, bring you better content, and so that you can walk away with more stuff, more opportunities to really have a super kick-ass 2021. And we know that 2020 was one of the most challenging years on record. Wouldn't you agree, Scott?
Yeah, I think, and again, you can go back in history, and I'm sure there were times that were more challenging, but from our perspective of what we've seen and we've experienced in life, it was pretty damn challenging. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. And we want you guys to know that really there's more than ever. We want it to be interactive. We want you guys to be a part of our crew. That's why it was really important that Scott and I said, we want to come up with something about how can we call you guys family? And that meaning is you guys are our Unfiltered crew. You guys are our family. We're your family. And like Scott said, creating a safe environment, because 2020 was a challenging year for many people. And one thing that Scott and I are really looking forward to doing is taking our game to the next level and bringing you guys along with us. And one of those things that we're doing that way is rebranding the show, and just really we put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into this. But one thing Scott and I were talking about as we were planning this out, we've been talking about it since like October. And, and we had, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And we got wrapped up, and then we got into the holidays, and we kind of just needed a break from everything else. But, talk to us a little bit about that, Scott, because I love how you said that, like the imperfect, situation of going on and launching something and being so caught up in it being perfect, when realistically nothing's ever going to be perfect, and you just have to go for it. Even if you're standing outside in freezing cold temperatures and you're no shoes on, and you got to make things happen. Right, man?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, I mean, we need to prepare and do the right things to, make good stuff happen. There's no question. And, we just don't want to like throw ourselves out to the wolves. Did you just fall?
No, I'm trying to put my shoes on because my feet are frozen.
I thought you fell.
No,
You just had disappeared. So yeah, I mean, of course, there's a preparedness component to everything we do. We've got to prepare and do the things that will make us successful. We've got to be aware. We've got to embrace lifelong learning, and not just a reality. You got to do the work, but being able to accept the fact that everything's not going to be perfect and it doesn't unfold the way we expect, but it doesn't mean that the outcome won't be exactly what we're trying to achieve, is something we've got to just really learn to understand. Because the pathway, I can't tell you a pathway that has ever been the way I built it or the way I was trying to build it. Let's say I wanted to win a basketball championship. We didn't win every game. We didn't have the perfect everything. There was a game where we lost. There was a game where we won. There was a game we had to come back. There's something that happened. There was a sprained ankle. Your best player was hurt. Something's happened. Things that you don't want to happen, but that's part of the process. So we want to be with you guys along that process, along that journey, and support you 1,000%. And I want to share with you guys something. So Chris and I were talking. We were so excited to come with like a ton of positivity today, and just 10 minutes of just telling you who's going to be on the show and how amazing it's going to be. And I took a 4-hour nap today. I was struggling pretty bad. Something happened. So I woke up and I just expect to just see this new world and this new light, because we keep saying like it's going to be a clean slate, a picture that we paint. And there's this possum who's been walking around our yard who's super cute. He goes along our fence and we say hi to him, and the dog barks at him. We see him all the time. And so Kim goes, "You won't believe this. The possum's sleeping right outside of our window." And so I go look out and I'm like, "Wow, that's really crazy." I go, "Kim, I don't think he's sleeping." And I walk out and sure enough, he's dead. And
Whoa.
it was really kind of like sad. Like it really sunk into me because I'm such an empathic person, and I'm all about like, it was really hit me. And so my whole family went out hiking. I stayed home and I just went to bed. I just felt like horrible. So I looked up, what does a possum mean? What's the, animal totem and the symbol for a possum? And it's exactly the kind of thing that you'd think. The reason a possum plays possum, and he really is dead. Like some people are probably going to be sure he's dead. No, he was definitely dead. Because at first I'm like, oh, he's playing possum, but he was dead. And, but what the possum stands for is for us to sit still and allow negativity, danger, and that which is bad to pass. And I was like, wow. So he literally most likely passed on the evening between the 20th, 2020 and 2021, at a time that we really need to be doing our best to realize that there's some danger, whether it's COVID, whether it's, things that were back there. We need to just sit back and not be all out, going to the parties, doing all the things we want to do, and just let it pass. And I think he was a good reminder, and him passing, that 2021, just because it's a new year, doesn't mean everything's over. And I sat there really thinking about it. Like, it doesn't mean, we go do everything we want to do tomorrow or stop wearing a mask or whatever. Because me, I'm all about like take a bit of wisdom and incorporate it into a lesson and share with, so I'm like, there's something here. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because we wanted to give you a rah-rah speech today, but that's the truth of what I was really feeling. I was just feeling kind of down. And then in the interpretation, I think it was just kind of a wake-up call that this isn't forever, but this is where we've got to settle in and just allow things to pass. If that makes any sense, Chris.
No, it really does. It really does. And that's kind of crazy that happened, but it's so true, Scott. And that's one thing that I really dig about you, and I dig about what we bring to the table, especially now, with what we're doing here in the Unfiltered Experience and really taking it serious. Is the fact that we're representation of the fact that, life doesn't always go according to plan, and that you have to improvise, and but you still bring it. So many people are sitting out there and they're just like, oh, I just don't feel like it today. I don't feel like it today. There's lots of days that we don't feel like doing something, but do you feel like having the results? And I think that's beautiful that our first show is actually something. Obviously, our shows are going to get way better. We have some amazing guests that I want you to talk about what we got coming up next week. But I also love the fact that it's imperfect, that it's just the fact that, yes, we're launching a new show and we're excited about it, but we're also real people, and we want to share that with you guys. So please comment in the comment section what you guys want and what you guys expect from the Unfiltered Experience. We appreciate you guys being here. We know it's January 1st, but that's what Scott and I said. Scott, more so than anybody, he's like, let's start. We got to start on the 1st. We said we're going to launch it, so we do it. And that's one thing we really want to encourage you guys to do. If there's something you've been lagging on, or you've been thinking about, or you just don't feel like it, still find a way to get started, find a way to get going, because once you get that momentum going, once you start feeling it, even after we get off of this, we're both going to feel like, man, you know what? That was awesome. You know, we brought it, we showed up, we show people how real life is. We don't sit there and say, oh, it's all perfect and everything else. And, you know, and I love what you said, Scott, about looking for the signs in the surroundings around you, like when you got stung by the yellow jacket as well.
Yeah.
So you guys out there, you know, imperfect action. I can't remember. I think it was George Patton or something like that said, you know, a best laid or imperfect action is better than a best laid plan that never sees the light of day. So that's the way I look at it, and I love it. I that's why I called my show Raw&Unscripted. I was like, I just want to show up and serve people from my heart.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Yeah, and I think that once we accept the fact that together we're all living in Earth University, and there's lesson after lesson, and they'll keep coming back if we don't choose to learn them, I think that the beauty starts to unfold. And so more than ever, not that I don't do this anyway, but I'm looking at everything as a sign. Like, what am I not learning in this? Why did this show up? Like, nothing is unintentional. Everything is planted so that we learn a lesson from it. So I'm really trying to learn even more so to quickly take that lesson and apply it, find the wisdom in it, and use it, and use the tools that lesson's trying to give me. So those are the things that you and I are going to bring a lot of, and we'll be choosing guests, maybe some of you in like last minute or picking their brain about something that's going on in the moment, but we're going to have an opportunity to really address lessons live as they're happening for all of us worldwide. There's one, Chris, why don't I just tell everybody real quick about some of the guests that we've got coming up. So next week, on the 8th, I've got two really good friends of mine. One of them is Rachel Brooks Smith, and she's been in a ton of movies, a lot of those dance movies that a lot of the teenagers and young adults love. She's been a star in that. She's a phenomenal dancer with an amazing story of how she made it. She's out in Santa Monica, super good person. She just got engaged over the Christmas break to a good friend of mine. His name is Emilio Palafox. And he is a biohacker. He's also an actor too. Phenomenal guy. I mean, the two of them, their energy, it's off the charts, and they're always doing something to make themselves better. So they're going to be here with us. And then we've got an amazing guy, Niall Chavez, and his son, Kendrick Chavez. Now, Niall is a former MMA fighter, and he's also a promoter. So he's been big into the idea of competitive mixed martial arts. But more than that, the reason he does it is next level. He doesn't do it because he's this, you know, big fan of hurting people. It's just the opposite. He sees the discipline and the strength and the courage that it takes. And he teaches young kids how to become a stronger, more amazing human being. And he just uses that as the vehicle. And I can't say enough about him. When you see his son, you'll realize the lessons that he's teaching are so on point, and you're going to be blown away by it, because they walk the walk. They're just amazing. And so those first 2 weeks are going to be next level. I've got a bunch of other ones. We're just trying to figure out how to drop them in and what weeks to do it with, but it's going to be good. And what do you got to add, Chris? What are your thoughts about our amazing guests coming up?
No, I'm super excited, man. I that's one of the things that you and I talked about in doing this was, you know, is seeking out even the next level guests and what they can bring to the viewers and bring to us as well. And I don't know if I had shared it when we were doing Friday Night Live, but I've got somebody who put me in touch with somebody who was on death row for 30 years and was recently released. So we're going to have him on the show and just talking about mindset and perseverance, and talk about being unstoppable, being on death row for 30 years, and then finally getting paroled because somebody actually went and fought and took it upon themselves to find this guy innocent. And then we're going to have Vic Fazell back on, which, you know,
Yep.
You could talk about that. You know, just really, and if you guys know of people out there who would be perfect for the Unfiltered Experience, please send us a message. Please go to the Facebook group page, and I'll put that link in there as well. I think I put it in there earlier, but go to the Facebook link and make sure you like us there, and also and go to our YouTube page as well and like us there. But anyway, send us a message and let us know, hey, I just saw this guy on this podcast. let us know who it might be. Give us an introduction if you can, and we'd be happy to have them on the Unfiltered Experience because, that's exactly what we just want to really bring everything to you as naturally and as unfiltered as possible because there's so much stuff going on in the world. And what better way than to bring you a conversation where you're included in the conversation every single week. That's one of the things. That's why we created the Facebook page. We created the YouTube page, and we've got so much other exciting stuff coming out and coming your way to really make 2021 a transformative year. And that's one of the things I'm excited about, Scott. And also just being able to open up, to variety and whatever other topics you guys want to see us cover. Because last year, we covered social issues, we've covered political issues, but we're just excited to bring you the next level, the next phase of what Scott and I can bring you and bring for ourselves to make the world a better place.
1,000%. Yeah. And one of the things that I think we should explain to everybody too is we're not, there's always one person away from, us in our contacts or our network that we could bring somebody who's, famous, but that's not what we're looking to do. We're connecting with people who are very heart-centric. A lot of these shows that, we're talking to the other, hosts, they're all about who's the most amazing person we can get. We're not defining amazing by you sold 50,000 books or you're an A-list actor. We're looking at that person's heart. Is there something they can teach you from the heart that we can instantaneously take as a tool to help us in our own lives? We don't want to sit here and say, oh my God, I can't believe they had that person on. That's not what we need here. That's not what you need. We're finding people who have actual lessons, who are superheroes in their own worlds. Now, if that person happens to be an A-list actor, perfect. That person happens to be, the janitor at our local middle school, perfect. But I can guarantee you this, if we bring them here, there's something that you're going to want to take away and listen closely. I promise you that. And we're going for super heart-centric people who are literally next level to amazing. So that's what we're all about. That's the Unfiltered Experience. We're not here to say, look who we can bring and look how amazing we are. We're looking to make you become more amazing. That's the whole goal of our show. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And to build on that, Scott, I don't know if you saw the episode, I had the unstoppable Tracy Schmidt on my show, on the Raw&Unscripted show. And again, not somebody who's necessarily famous, but you talk about somebody who has sheer tenacity and with her physical limitations, not having limbs, having her on our show as well, having another guy, Jose Flores, who I became good friends with this year, and his situations, his disabilities or capabilities, as you would say. Just really showing you guys that you have it from within you. And, and Unfiltered, was really something that Scott and I took a lot of time and care to consider because, there's a lot of filters out there and there's a lot of things that are going on that can distort the lens of what it is that you're looking through life. And what better way than just to say, hey, listen, guys, you're the ones that are fucking up. If you're unhappy, then it's your fault. As opposed to, being filtered and be like, oh, it's like, if you're not happy, then it's your fault. You need to figure it out. And we're here to help you and do that transparently as well. Like Scott said, and bringing that to you authentically is one of the great things. We have a lot of exciting things planned for you guys, events, trainings, just bringing it to the next level. But we need your input on that. We need you guys to coordinate with us and let us know what it is that you need. We're the first day of the year, Scott, and I know that you have a lot of goals and plans. What are some of the ways that you would recommend for people to stay consistent on the goals that they have? I've had quite a few people reach out to me, and I wanted to ask you this on the show. They say, Chris, you know what? I've got goal set, but invariably I wind up, getting lazy, or I wind up, getting stuck or something. Like, what's your recommendation for people to really, because you're committing to your health right now. What is that way that people can stay committed when they feel like they're about to give up?
It's so simple. It's ridiculous. It's literally like, should be the easiest question. Like, everyone who can answer this question is sticking to their goals because the answer is so simple. You have a well-defined why. We've said it a million times, and anybody who doesn't give you that answer, most times I'm like, hey, there's no right or wrong answer. No, there is a right answer. I just gave it to you. A well-defined why. Because if you know why you're doing it, you'll never walk away from it. So let's say, for example, right now I say I want to go, get in good shape because I want to be like I was when I was a kid. Well, what the hell does that mean? I want to be young. I want to jump. I want to look young again. I'll eventually fall away from that because that's very ego-based. But if I say that I just looked in my daughter's eyes and I just imagine that she's going to be around for a long time, and I see the trust that she puts in me and supporting and loving her and committing to her, and I look at my wife and I say, she wants to travel even more and she knows I'm her travel partner. And I want to be there for those people. Plus, I know there's people who learn from my messages daily. And I've brought all this experience to the table, whether it's a podcast or a book or from a stage. And for me to lose that space because I died early because I didn't stay healthy, that's a cop out. And it just doesn't feel right. So it's not going to happen. So that's why I'm doing it. And so when you ask me, did you go work out today? Don't waste your time asking me, because I did it. Why? Because I just answered it. Even if I had to take a 4-hour nap or everything else, I'm going to drop in the workout because I said I was going to do it, because my why is solid, period. And how can you build your why? There's a million ways to do it, but you've got to figure that out. You and I can't do it for them. They've got to do it for themselves. And once you have that, you can't lose. It's that simple.
So true, so true. And I had a feeling you were going to say that because you know me, we're always saying, you know, if you have a big enough why, you have a big enough how. And I love that you said that, Scott, because, you know, when you think about longevity, you think about the decisions that we make, can really impact.
Oh, looks like we lost Chris, but I'm still live, so it's working. That's good. So, I mean, I know where Chris is going to go with this. I mean, the biggest thing we've got to deal with is you solidify that why, and you make sure that you're going to live in the moment and you're going to really be present. That how is going to show up. So, and that how is going to shift from day to day. So, for example, let's say that the universe at this moment says that I need to do it by this job or by being a speaker or being a podcast host. Opportunity will show up when you have a well-defined why. So the vehicles don't matter. Now, listen to that loud and clear. Just because today you're a teacher, or today you're a software engineer, or today you're a nurse, doesn't mean that vehicle needs to be the vehicle that you run from now to the end of time with. What needs to be consistent is why you're doing it. So is the why that you want to be in service to people because you're a great teacher, you're a nurturer, whatever it is, as long as you stay true to that why, everything else is going to pan out. I would say the last thing that I want you guys to sit with before we jump off, and I'm going to figure out, I think we might have lost Chris, so I can finish up. But the last thing I want you guys to think about is the unfiltered family, the unfiltered crew. What we really want to do with you guys is deliver you so much golden content that not only is your why solidified, but you're finding vehicles. The how will show up, like we said, but you're aware, your eyes are wide open, your ears are wide open. So you're finding those vehicles so that you can get them and achieve your why because of those. So that's going to happen. We can promise you that. Again, one other way that you guys can do it, and would love to have you on board. On January 11th, we're starting our group coaching program. One of the things that we haven't announced is we're going to extend that 2-for-1 offer. So it's 2 people for the price of 1. And we're going to be doing that. All that information is, we'll drop it into the comments, but that's going to be in there too. But long story short, it's at scottgoyette.com, and just click on coaching and you can find that. And we invite you guys to do that if you haven't already checked it out. And that's pretty much it. So we wish you guys the best new year ever. And we're certainly looking forward to, I was just wrapping everything up, Chris, just saying a quick goodbye to everybody. But yeah, so we love you guys. You're nothing short of amazing. And we're looking forward to catching up with you on the 8th. What do you got to drop in, Chris?
I'm back.
There you go.
What's going? Oh, I love the internet. I love technology. I really do. I love technology. Glenda says, help with learn from life lessons, making it deeper. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure what you just said was really brilliant, Scott, and I'd love to know what it was.
I just wrap things up.
Keep talking.
I wrap things up, and I just was just saying for them to have a great new year, and just throw your last 2 cents out there. Just let them know that, you know, we're still finishing up, getting a couple more people on board for the group coaching on the 11th. We're just reminding them that literally that commitment to that why is going to produce the how. What the important thing is, once you have that why, is keeping your eyes and ears open for the opportunities, the vehicles to allow that why to happen. So that's kind of what they just got.
Beautiful, beautiful. And thank you guys for sticking with us. I know there's 7 of you guys out there watching this. We'd love to have some comments. Let us know what's on your mind right now. Are you excited about 2021? Are you not excited about 2021? Again, you know, this is a community, this is a family that we bring to you every single week. So it's important for us. And like Scott said, you know, if you don't know what your why is, if you're having difficulty with that and you're having challenges with that, reach out to us. We're here to help you guys privately or publicly. You guys know we have coaching programs. We have so many different things that we're going to be offering this year, and we're excited to be able to bring that to you. But yeah, first and foremost, you guys got to make sure, number one, you're taking care of yourself physically, getting your proper nutrition, getting sleep, getting hydration, doing those things. Number two, making sure that you have the right people in your corner, the people that are going to support you, that aren't going to think that you're stupid for going after your dreams. And number three, you need to make sure that you're investing in yourself and you're growing yourself and you're pushing yourself harder than you've ever pushed yourself in order to get different results. That's one thing that Scott and I are planning on doing. So one of the things that I wanted to invite you guys also as well, and we'll put it in the comments here, is follow us on Instagram, because both Scott and I are going to be doing independent health challenges, just getting ourselves in healthy shape, and we want to do it and just kind of show you what we're doing. So we're here to be the proof. We're here to set the example. We're here unfiltered. We're here to be raw, and to bring you guys that so you can legitimately grow and prosper along with us. And we just love you from the bottom of our hearts. This grew out of, the COVID situation. And then Scott and I just got together and we're just like, let's take this seriously. And let's just really put our effort into this and just make an impact in the world, because that's another one of our whys. Another one of our whys is to leave the world a better place for who we are and what we do, and making the world a better place by investing in healing humanity and healing some of the broken souls that are going on in this world. And if you're one of those broken souls, you can heal too. Scott and I are a living example of what you can do when you put your mind to it. So we love you guys. You guys are our unfiltered.
So I think we lost them finally. But again, I'll just echo what Chris is saying. So we do love you guys. You are the Unfiltered crew. And quite honestly, this family is built around you. So anything that we're bringing you, as far as a guest or what we're doing, we always have you in mind. We love you.
Yes. All right. Cut the broadcast. Go have the phenomenal rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen. We love you, our Unfiltered crew. Scott, I love you.
Love you guys.
Get some rest, and we'll talk soon.
Peace.
Unfiltered.